the root of somebody. And you have to trace the history and the trace of oneself is important. And it's like the bonding with other Hong Kong people are stronger than the past. To be honest, I'm not so focused on what's happening. Until 2014, and I start to think about the relationship between Hong Kong and I. At that time, I went to the street. Attended many discussions about Hong Kong. I feel more closer to Hong Kong because I feel the urge of other Hong Kong people. And it's like the bonding with other Hong Kong people are stronger. It's direct, where I feel comfortable and where I can be with those people I love and close to me. Maybe I will feel comfortable if I live in Taiwan. But my family and my friends are in Hong Kong, so I think it's different, yeah. We can live in other places, other countries, but home is the root of somebody, and you have to trace the history and the trace of oneself is important.
I went to a school that wasn't traditionally local school in Hong Kong for the first 6 years. So the way that I type Chinese, I still type it in Mandarin Pinyin. Even when I type Cantonese, which is very bizarre because Cantonese does not actually have a correlation. Like it does not have a word that corresponds. You have to really figure out what the words are. And yeah, so that's that. And in Cantonese, I think I speak it higher.
There is a hole on the street. I fall into it. I was lost. I was devastated. It's not my fault. I tried so hard to climb out of the hole. I walk on the same street. Oh, and there is a deep hole. I pretend not to see it. And still I fall into it. I can't believe I'll fall into the same place. But this is not my fault. And I still spend a lot of effort to climb out of it. I walk on the same street. There is a hole on the street. I saw it is there, but I still fall into it. This is a habit. I have my eyes open. I know where I am. This is my fault. I climb out of it right away. I walk on the same street. I saw a hole on the street. I detour. I walk on another street.
You know, in terms of speaking voice, in terms of English, I think, you know, I sound the way I do now because ever since I've started working professionally, as an ethnically Chinese looking person, you look very young no matter what. And I think in order to be taken seriously, I sort of like, you know, made it a little bit more steady or monotone or, you know, suppressed it a little bit because I was like, okay, I have to be taken seriously by these people. the most important part of it is to show not how different we are from the rest of the world, like how like people always want weird Hong Kong stories. Like they always want to be like, oh, look at this like temple or whatever, isn't that bizarre? Or oh, look at how, you know, like these young people are doing things that like our young people are not doing. Like there's always like this sort of exoticized lens to it, and I want to think about it in terms of, I think the most important thing is to show how we're human, and how we're similar, and I think that perspective is lacking right now.
First line say 不輸給雨，不輸給風 not losing to rain and not losing to wind and not losing to the snow and to the hotness of summer. "不輸給風。也不輸給雪和夏天的酷熱。擁有強健的身體，沒有慾望，絕不發怒。總是靜靜微笑着，一天吃4杯糙米，味噌和少許蔬菜，所有事情都不考慮自己，好好看仔細。聽並且去了解， 後不忘記。住在原野的松樹林蔭下的小茅草屋。若西邊有疲累的母親，就去替她扛稻束。若東邊有生病的小孩，就去照顧他。若南邊有瀕死之人，就去告訴他不必害怕。若北邊有人吵架或訴訟，就告訴他們沒意義。算了吧。乾旱時節流淚，冷夏時慌亂地奔走，被大家稱作木偶。不被稱讚，也不讓人感到苦惱。我就是想成為那樣的人。Someone who's going to die on the south side, go to tell him that not to be afraid. If there's someone arguing on the north side, go to tell them that it's meaningless. Let it go. When there is drought, shed your tears. When there is cold summer, run wildly. Being called as a puppet and not being praised, it doesn't make you feel sad or confused. I just want to be a person like that.
Voice, like English has always been the language that I've chosen to write in, and it gets complicated because of the colonial sort of implications of the language in Hong Kong.
擾心中有幾千重仇恨，又卻是誰所種？情仇兩不分，愛中偏有恨，恩怨同重。忘情戲愛，世上有真英雄。常人只許讓愛恨纏心中，情仇兩不分，愛中偏有恨，相思同共，萬里光，情如天。
Hong Kong is always rebuilding itself. Tearing down old stuff are the usual and common practices in Hong Kong. Tear down our memory as well. Hong Kong is a city of immigrants. Their ancestor came to Hong Kong just 50 years ago. When they come here, they don't treat it really as their city. They don't mind tearing down all stuff. I guess for my generation and so on, we try to build an identity. We have an identity of Hong Konger. Keeping our memories intact is one of the very important duty for us. In the past, we are always in the middle, struggling between having the Hong Kong identity. We never really firmly create an identity for ourselves. life is already very quick here. The smartphone makes the life even quicker. Unless we have successfully to form a community for our own, and we really regard that as our city, our community, we are us. In a sense, we are more than us. Because we are trying to build something new. We are always creating. The creativity, the innovation, and to rebuild ourselves. Who we are, what we are. We are always us, but we are always more than us in the present. The younger generation shows us how to be a good man. Philosophy offers you no answer. Usually you got more questions than answers. For me, philosophy is just like a travel. You go on a trip and you see a lot of different things. Maybe you do not get to your destination. But during the trip, you see a lot of beauty. And that's the beauty of philosophy. Even if you don't get the answer, but to try to explore how it is, what it means to you, have to look for new opportunities. Don't be carried away by our ordinary life. And although I hate the new normality, there's a lot of problem there. Offer us a distance. If you find yourself with reasons that is good enough, you're powerful. I found reasons in the movement. In Cantonese 理直氣壯. When you get the right reason, then you get the right chi, the right power, the right energy, and that exactly tells me how philosophy gives me comfort and encouragement. And that's the power of philosophy in such a time.
Mandarin I only speak with my mother because she's from mainland China. I get very rusty after periods where we're not as friendly with each other. My Mandarin is like a direct correlation of like my relationship with my mother at a specific point in time.
This is an unforgettable experience for me. I went out to the central, and I never experienced such a horror. I was in a very, very big crowd. The police is coming to push us. We cannot get inside, so everybody is pushing like a very big tsunami. I can feel everybody is so fucking scared, and their body is like the heavy weight is pushing in my body, and to say it is a very big pressure at that time, at that moment, and everybody is screaming, very terrified. I was in that kind of struggling in my mind. Yeah, even now, you don't know what to do for the places you love. And you can truly feel you may die at that moment. It is real. And I cannot go out again for a few months.
I have problem vocalizing pain. I have a problem being confrontational with people, or being able to say to someone, hey, this really hurt me, or and writing is a way that I've learned to do that through. was in relationships where I was very monolingual for a long time, and then I realized I had to be with someone who had to understand both sides because they were both a huge part of me. Yeah, so we switch actually, depending on what friends we're with or who initiates the conversation in what language, and we kind of just flow from there. I can only argue in English.
"2019 was such an important year for us as people who live in Hong Kong. So I feel like the problems are left unsolved. Part of me very much still felt like that year has not ended. If people's voice are left unheard and their demands are left unsolved, then all these issues can stay there. And time won't change that. If the regime or the authority wants people to just forget something because of time is passing, that won't help. And time won't easily heal people's injuries and wounds. I guess we all need some time to get over this. But it would take a really long time. I guess people accept the fact that it took 5 years for the umbrella movement to evolve into what happened last year and make people to take to the streets. But since last year until now, I still feel like the year 2019 has not passed. Things are still going on, and problems are unsolved. People who live here, no matter whether they're at the front line or they're just staying at home watching TV, reading the news, they all have suffered something. And it needs time to find a way out. And there is a line in Cantonese that we all said quite often nowadays is that 每個人都需要療傷，需要時間去療傷 which means that everybody needs time to heal their wounds. Everybody will need to take a really long time to find a way out.
a lot of my friends and I, our approach to this is keep doing what you're doing. That's the only thing you can do, which is, you know, like, if you're a writer, keep writing. If you're a photographer, keep taking photos. If you are a bookstore owner, you keep running a bookstore. That, like, these little sort of ways of continuation is more important than anything.
I don't really know when she came to Hong Kong. Don't know how old she was. That time, a lot of people come to Hong Kong. This saying that like people swim to Hong Kong illegally, sneak. Physically speaking, a lot of people from Hong Kong are from China. People immigrate to other places. And then after a few years, a lot of people who immigrated, they go back. So I guess like if you want to do something like this, there's a reason behind. London is very diverse. Nobody here looks like an outsider. At least that's how I feel still. If you want to find the balance point, it's not about stillness. It's about the slight movement between my emotions, my body. It goes in different directions. Let go and then let it come back. I moved to here because I want to move away from China. Like the UK is the first people who invaded. And then so Hong Kong becomes this whole place.
will just be part of China. Person that has not experienced that much freedom. So we will not feel restriction that we are feeling right now. And then so like the whole thing will not happen. And also at the same time, like we are like preferring this country, which was the invader. It's a bit weird. And there are so many things happening around the world. And sometimes I feel a bit guilty to just be talking about Hong Kong because I'm from there. But like there are so many things happening around the world that are worth talking about. And I feel guilty.
Because I think I'm just a free rider because I hadn't been accused or arrested. Yeah. So and I have a chance to be in London. Oh come on! I hear you, supercar. Yeah, this is the reason why I feel guilty.
Don't fall in the same pattern like your parents.
It's my dream. My dream is to have time playing piano.
Oh, you love to play piano?
He's a great piano player.
Before the movement, I was just an ordinary little punk. And yeah, I was quite a disgusting person, cold heart. Not very sentient, lazy, ruled by fear. Yeah, robotic life. Work, sleep, work, sleep. I think I'm not the one who invests their whole life, their freedom, their future in protest. Because I was scared to confront. Enough. Hong Kong is no longer Hong Kong. Fear dictates me. Fear improves me. Yeah, I rule by fear. I'm sick. Oh, I associate darkness with solidarity. Because in the darkness, you will really see yourself, how further you can go, how good you can be, how drastic the change you can make. If you think you want something, but never say you are not qualified. Just learn, just try to be qualified.
I had to cut out a lot of my friends because I was concerned for their safety. Because if I leave, then they are still there.
Yeah.
They get to the people you care about, so they can get to you. So I cut them all out at the end.
What do you mean cut out?
I said something that hurt them a lot, so then they won't find me again. And so I left with that guilt. What does the movement mean to me? I think the meaning is also constantly changing as I go. I've planted a lot of seeds. The karma is not done yet. I'm still deeply connected with my friends in prison, my friends in Hong Kong, my family in Hong Kong. If they are in trouble, I still feel for them. Even if I want to move away from it, I can't. It's the pain that connects us. We're still alive. Accept it. Is an opportunity.
вам надо будет делать на память. Я мужчина до сих пор заигрывает.
Київ, Харків, Харків,
Харків,
Харків, Покровськ,
Чернігів,
Васильків,
Харків.
Зустріти весну, а з початком війни заморозили внесок твій. Як твій син, чоловік або брат, зараз там десь в ЗСУ, і чкурнув на балкон, щоб послухати пташиний спів. Як ти мріяла десь у Єгипті зустрічати весну, а з початком війни заморозили внесок твій. Як твій син, чоловік або брат зараз десь в ЗСУ. Як щоранку чекаєш його смс «Я живий». Що знайома з дитятком із пекла таки втекла. Ледве влізла у поїзд на Львів, останній вагон. А твоя колішанка вночі пиріжки їм пекла, щоб зранку принести ще теплими на перон. Що у Польщі давали все – візьми, візьми. А в Німеччині, як в Україні, такі ж солов'ї. Що дітей за кордон відправляла з чужими людьми, що за місяць стали ріднішими, ніж свої. Напиши, що ти вже не боїшся страшних гармат, що нарешті вдалося приспати шалену втому, що ночами ти бачиш заквітчаний батьків сад, а вдень сльози ковтаєш під «В мене немає дому». Напиши бодай що мені, що у квітні прийшла зима. Бо ти є в Маріуполі, Харкові, Ірпені. І з тобою вже більш ніж місяць зв'язку нема.
Da, da, da.